Welcome back to another episode of the Rough Rigs podcast. As you can see today, it's just me, myself, and I. Will is sick. No, he's sick. No evidence, but he said he's sick, so we'll run with that story. Ravi's busy cruising or some shit. VJ's fucking pickleball and 10-pin bowl and tennis courting, dating, skating. They're all busy. Marco's fucking dogged it. He's working or some shit every night. Fucking 86-hour days or something. So anyway, it's just me back for another regular episode of the Rough Rigs podcast. Now, we'll get into my weekend, then I'll go through my drink that isn't a drink of the week, and you'll understand why. This weekend, since I've seen yous, it's been a while. I've just had work on the nights we like to shoot. Doing nothing. Losing weight. I'm down 6 kegs at the moment. 5 kegs at the moment. Almost at 6 kegs. Down 5 kegs at the moment. Losing about 1 kilo a week. Not intentionally doing that. It's just happening. Eating better. No KFC. Sadness. No Macca's. Fuck Macca's. Macca's sucks anyway. No Hungry Jacks. No fast food really. No soft drink. Except for I had one the other day. Fuck, it was good. A Pepsi Max Vanilla. Highly recommend that if you haven't tried that before. It's a solid drop. So might just have a softie every 5 weeks. Just a little pick-me-up or something. Anyways, the weekend just gone past. Didn't do much. Just some pre-season cricket training with the boys. Into a feed. Into watching the footy. Sunday night dinner with my wife's mother. It's my favourite thing to do on the week. We had... This is going to be bad. It's only fucking, Thursday, and I've already forgotten. What did we have? I forget what we had, but let's get on to my drink of the week that involves my mother-in-law. It's not a drink. It's, as the boys alluded to, apparently I'm snacking on some sweets. This week I am. I can confirm I'm doing it. We got a Snickers slice. Snickers slice. Now, if you don't like a Cadbury Snickers, get out of my face. I've had about 30 of these already, so I'll probably weigh in the same amount as I did this week, which is fine because how good is it? If you want some, come over before it's all gone, but I'll try it. Don't even need to try it. It's a fucking 10 out of 10. Snickers, nuts, slice, the end. Little bits of Snickers on top. Hectic. Anyways, let's jump into the footy. Hope your weekend was good. Father's Day coming up. Let's jump into the footy from last week and talk about the results, shall we? Well, actually, let's get into some pressing matters in the NRL. Reece Walsh, arguably the most informed player in the comp. Arguably, yep, that's what I'm going to say. Reece Walsh was caught. I think Reece needs to understand, stop recording yourself in weird moments. It's cool for the old Snapchat memories, the old Facebook memories, but posting it to socials probably isn't the go when you've got the status he does of a footy player, kids look up to him, so on and so forth. So there's a video that got leaked, I guess, of him drinking from a toilet bowl. Yep, weird, strange. But anyway, he said that his house was getting renovated and that the toilet hadn't been used. Now, Reece, you know when the plumber puts in a toilet, I'd say almost 90% of I'm not going to say 100, 95. Let's go 90. 90% of plumbers will use that toilet before they give it the all clear. I'll leave it at that. And if you're a plumber, you can tell me otherwise. But I have a mate I have a few mates that are plumbers, and it's like a unwritten rule. Before you say, "Yep, she's good to go," you piss in the thing, you drop your Barry Brown in it, and then you move on. So Reece, probably not the best look. Was it funny? Fucking oath. Is it dumb? Yes. Did I laugh? Yes. At what point does Reece and his mates just got to tell him, mate, get off your phone. Just please get off your phone. And this one I don't agree with. I think it's politics, all bullshit. Let the boys drink. Zermatt Shibasaki, friend of the show, Shibasaki, many, many episodes ago, I'd say in the 40s to 50s range. Me and Will have loved Shibasaki for a long time. We call him Shibasaki. So he's pulled up after the Cowboys game. He's had 400 beers by the sounds of the reports. And he's turned up Monday morning cut or pissed, as Madge like to put it. I will say one thing. Yes, it's like, not what's the word? It's non-professional because, yes, he's contracted. Part of his contract would be turn up to training, don't drink from this day to this day, turn up 100% clean, so on and so forth. 2, was it blown out of proportion? Yes. But 3, I think it was a fair enough punishment. Like, he's going to miss the last game of the round, and we know how cutthroat Madge is, so he might even dodge him for for one of the finals. So it's like, people are sooking about, drinking culture, footy, blah, blah, blah. Just probably having a few boys with the ex-Cowboys lads. It's their Mad Monday. I get it. Was it dumb? Yeah. But is it that fucking bad? No. He didn't drive to training. So, tick of approval there. He actually used some brain cells, unlike a teammate of his. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Shout out to my boy Shibasaki. Leave him be. Free my boy. He's done nothing wrong. He's having a week off, putting his feet up, and he'll be fucking ready to go for next week. Leave me boy alone. Anyways, those are the 2 pressing matters in the wild world of NRL that are just the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to random news stories, especially with the Reece Walsh toilet thing. It's strange. Very strange. Anyways, let's get on to round 26 results. We got the Bulldogs near full strength versus the New South Wales Cup's Panthers. I don't even say that as a joke. Panthers rested 16 players. We've all heard it. I'm late to the party. I won't harp on it too much. Scoreline isn't a reflection of how the game went. First half an hour, the Dogs are really struggling offensively. I think these are trap games for the teams that should win. They're going to win. They're going to pump it. Because the team comes out full of energy. They want to play. They know that if there's an injury, like the Panthers boys know if there's an injury, they're probably next up. Youthfulness coming in at round 26. Bulldogs playing with injuries like every other team. They win 28-4, but I was actually quite impressed with what the Panthers dished up. Now, was it a clean win by the Dogs? Yeah. Second half, they took over. Once Panthers started to kick the ball out to, get some rest, that's when you sort of knew they were busted. And it sets up a good last round for both teams. Now that the Panthers are 6th or 7th, they need to just keep winning. It seems like an Ivan plan to do so. And the Bulldogs, they just want to stay in that top 4 because they've named a full-strength side heading into round 27, which I find very, very, very weird considering they're locked into the 4. But, hey, that's Serrato's culture and you got to respect it. He said, I'm not resting you. He's been slack in the last month. Yeah. Anyways, Eagles 26 defeat the Wires 22. I don't know who Will picked. I'm going to assume the Wires because he always tips them in Go Media. I'm probably wrong. I tipped the Eagles. Don't ask me why. It was just I have no idea who to fucking pick this game. It could go either way. Eagles were fantastic. Warriors were fantastic. I think the Warriors just missed the moments. They had plenty of moments and they just didn't hit like they should have. We'll talk about the Vayamunga touch. So he goes up to contest the ball, touches it. It's a knock-on every day of the week. I don't know what we're talking about, but his back was facing in goal. It doesn't matter. He touched it and the ball travelled forward. He didn't touch it enough for the ball to literally travel backwards. He admitted to touching it. I don't know why the Warriors fans are so pressed, and just fans in general. The old ref bashing, that copped a fair whacking for that game. I thought it was just a good game of football Friday night, and the Eagles just come out on top. There wasn't much controversy. It was just a good game of footy. Roosters 40 defeat the Storm 10. Poor Bellamy. This game was looking good. 600th game. Storm were up 10-0 at half time, and the Roosters just looked like confused. It just something didn't look right. They were there, but they weren't there. It was a weird first half. Second half, Roosters come out with full intent, physicality. Mark Nawangani was just otherworldly. He's crazy. He goes for things. There's no fear. There's no worries about if I get pushed over the sideline. He just goes for it. And I think that's the real X factor for the Roosters. They can give him the ball with fuck all room or fuck all space, 2-on-1, whatever it may be, and he just makes something out of it. Roosters come away with an impressive win, heading into round 27 against the Rabbits. That should be a fucking brilliant match. But yeah, poor bellyache, 600th game, and they got fucking towed up. Anyways, Raiders 24 defeat the West Tigers 10. Now, like, this scoreline doesn't really reflect how good I think the Tigers were. They were very good for 65 minutes. In my opinion, the Tigers, they were there and thereabouts the whole time. It's just the class and the absolute skill, the veterans mixed with the youth, the experience in the middle forwards of the Raiders got them over the line in the end. And they win the minor premiership because of that. I think I've said it for about 5 or 6 weeks now. Raiders are my guys to win it. Everyone's sort of tipping your Storms and your Panthers, and I get it. Your Roosters as an X factor, I get it. You know, they've been there for the last 10 years, but I truly think this Raiders side just has the perfect mix of everything. They lose Savage, they get Tamale back, so it's not too huge of a loss. They're quite healthy, and yeah, they got the job done to win the minor premiership shield. So up the Rickies, up the Sticky Ricks. They get the job done. I think 3rd time in the club's history, so good on them. How good's that? Sea Eagles 40 defeat the Dragons 24. Self-admittedly, I didn't watch this one, but just judging off scoreline, it looks like a typical Manly/typical Dragons scoreline. 1 week Manly can dominate a team 40-10. The next week they look like New South Wales Cup. From all reports, Turbo's back. He's had a 2-week stance of just 2021-like form. I never like saying that because it's been 4 years since then. Like, you're never going to be the same player you were 4 years ago. And the Dragons season just up, down. There's no real consistency. Weird. I really think they need to look for a 7. I think going forward, it's got to be Atkinson and King Tongia maybe battles. And I think Atkinson's a lock. I think he's got enough X factor, enough, structure to run the team. But I think King Tongia, if he can work on his defence, I think he's a lock at that 6 because he creates things just off his speed, his agility. It's just the defence for King Tongia just is a bit poor. But Dragons have always traditionally had a massive pack, good back rowers. So if they can sort of protect him and obviously he develops his defence, I think he's the go-to guy at 6 because he's only 19. I don't think he had any intention of playing this year, and all of a sudden he's been rushed into the side since Ilias is just not picked or not wanted. Anyways, Broncos 38 defeat the Cowboys 30 in your typical friggin' Queensland shootout. Broncos get the job done by 8. Payne Haas is a freak in nature. Reece Walsh is also very good at football when he's not drinking from toilets. The Cowboys were there or thereabouts. Just not much to say. It's just your typical shootout Queensland battle. Cowboys finish their season with a bye now. So Jordan McLean steps away from the game. He's been playing since 2013. Played a boatload of games with the Storm, won a premiership, headed over to the Cowboys, and he's finished his career there. Been an awesome, massive forward. He's huge. Been doing it for a long time, and, nothing but respect for McLean. He's been in some good teams. So enjoy your retirement, and, good luck in whatever you do. My beloved Sharkies take on the Knights, and it was 40-16. Now, again, for 22 minutes, Newcastle were giving the Sharks hell. It was 10-0. Their forwards were smashing it. I just want to give a shout out to Saifidi, Thompson, and Kai Pearce-Paul. They were outstanding. They were single-handedly taking them upfield. Then the Sharks finally woke up off the bye, probably a bit of friggin' holiday mode. We're up against the Knights. Finally woke up and just from then on just, dominated through the middle, dominated through the edges. It was just classy. Now, Trindle came down with a rolled ankle. They're calling it they're saying he's all right. I'll be annoyed if he comes out limping next week against the Dogs when you have Atkinson sitting in the sheds waiting. But I thought the Knights were impressive for 20 minutes. You can see what they could be. This game really, the last 2 weeks especially, you can see what they can be with players, with money to spend, identity. You can see not much, but a little bit of an identity there. For 20 minutes, they were very good. They just need to stick with a 7 from week 1 to week 27. It's just the chaotic nature of the Knights for the last 3, 4, 5 seasons. It's just switching and swapping your 6s and 7s. It's a shame that Brayley's leaving because I think he's really come alive at that 9 spot. And he's gone to the Raiders. And I wish the Knights could keep him because Phoenix he seemed to have lost that touch at hooker. I just can't explain it. Brayley has been the way better hooker. He's getting the team to go forward. He's getting good ball to anyone that wants it. Kai Pearce-Paul's now leaving, and he's the back end of this season, the last 12, 13 weeks, he's arguably been one of the better back rowers in the comp, not just the Knights, the comp. He's taken plenty of hit-ups, threatening all the time. I don't know. They're losing some key players, but let's just hope for Knights fans next season is better because their side could have easily been a top 8 team with a good 6 and a good 7. But that wasn't changed every 2.5 weeks, it felt. Anyways, Dolphins 36 defeat the Titans 30. Dolphins shoot out to 18-0 in like 12 minutes, and I think, fuck me, here we go. This could be a 70-6 scoreline here. Titans then answered back with 18 unanswered. It was 18-0 at the halftime. Second half was just close. It was just a yo-yo, to be honest. Kieran Foran, love seeing him get the try. That was sick. The old boy, he's hanging up the boots next round. Great player, fantastic bloke from all reports. Been in the ups, been in the downs. I quite enjoy him. He's a good personality off the field. So good win for the Dolphins. They're still alive in that top 8 hunt. Now we'll go to round 27. We'll touch on my tips because it's just me this week. So I guess I don't really care about Will's tips, do I? I'll put up the edit still, but he's not here. So no tips for you, Will. Broncos v Storm at Suncorp. Broncos win this one. They're in the top 4. Broncos, they stay in the top 4, I should say. They lose this one. The Sharks have a chance to jump them. It's at Suncorp. Storm coming off an embarrassing loss. They don't often lose 2 in a row. I'm going to go Storm just off the metric that they got embarrassed in Craig Bellamy's 600th game coached. And I just can't see them losing again. I won't be shocked if they do, but I just can't see them losing it, if that makes sense. Seagulls versus Wires at 4 Pines on a Friday night, 6 p.m. What an omen that is. Seagulls are actually in red hot form. Cherry Evans is actually just fucking darting up everyone. Try assist coming out the wazoo. Tommy Turbo looks back. I'm going to go the Seagulls. I think I'm going to regret this because I feel like the Warriors are going to win. And in typical fashion, sorry, Manly fans, every time I tip you, you lose. Every time I don't tip you, you win. So, hello, sport. I'm sorry. But that's my tip. Roosters versus Rabbits in an absolute probably the game of the round, honestly. Roosters need a win to stay in the top 8. Rabbitohs hate the Roosters. Roosters hate the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs are going to try and get the wood over the Roosters. Now, Cam Murray is back. And he's back with vengeance. He's spoken in the media. They want to knock him out. I'll go through the team list. Jai Gray's at fullback because Latrell's busted. Jack Whiten's back from his 14-week suspension after trying to kill Rudolph. Ashton Ward stays at the 6. Humphries at the 7. Lachlan Hubner starts. And Cam Murray's coming up the bench. I don't know if they'll swap the Murray and Hubner. But, yeah. Rabbitohs are playing decent footy. So are the Roosters. Going to be a great game. Jai Gray up against Teddy. That sounds so hot. I'm going to tip. You know, I'm going to get the upset. Fuck it. I'm going to tip the Rabbits. I don't think they'll win, but I'm fucking tipping them. Let's go the Rabbits. Dragons v Panthers at Wynn Stadium. Last game for the Drags. They're out of the 8. Panthers are going to rest again, but I don't think they're mass resting unless they're going to change it up from now to fucking, which they can't really, can they? Yeah, no, everyone's back. Edwards, Jenkins, Targo, McLean, Alamotti, Talangi, Cleary, Leota, Kenny, Lindsay Smith, Scotty Sorensen, Luke Garner, Isaiah Yeo, Brad Schneider, Liam Henry, Isaiah Papali'i, and Matthew Eisenhuth off the bench. Now, last game for Jack DeBellin at the Dragons. I think if you're a Dragons fan, I'd be turning up to this. Big game for him. He's been a clubman. He's been there through thick and thin. He's had his off-field dramas that, you know, we all know he's clear of now. Absolute club man. Loves the club. Wanted to stay at the club. Openly spoke about wanting to stay at the club. Yet he's heading off to the Eels at the end of this season. It's a shame because when I think of the Dragons, I think of him. He's been an absolute warrior for the boys. And I hope they win, but I'm tipping the Panthers on this one. Yeah, shout out Jack DeBellin. Like, really great player. Really great clubman. I really respect what he's done for the Dragons. Titans v Tigers at Seabus. Now, this has points galore written all over it. I didn't think the Titans were bad, and I didn't think the Tigers were bad. I haven't been able to tip the Titans this year, as I did last year. I think the Tigers might just get them, so I'm going to tip the Tigers. Yeah, not much thought to it. That's just... I think I've seen a name popping around for the Tigers. I'll just look into it. A young fella coming in for Skelton. A lot of Tigers fandom. They're excited. Hamasai Makasini. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. Hamasai Makasimi. That's what I'm going to call it. Tried my best. Sorry if I offended anyone that listens. I tried. Correct me, voice note me, let me know how to say it. Apparently he's a gun. He's young, 19 from what I know. Gun. All the Tigers fans are keen. So I'm going to tip the Tigers. But yeah, apparently he's a little weapon in disguise. So shout out to him, I guess. Good on you getting your debut in round 27. It's pretty sick. Good time of year. Now, the Bulldogs versus the Sharks at Accor Stadium. Bulldogs haven't rested anyone. I don't really understand it. The worst they could finish is 4th. The Sharks need to win to get that 4th. They don't need to win, but to get that 4th or that chance at the 4th, they need to win. There's no working your way around it. They need to win. I think the Bulldogs just have too much for the Sharkies. I just think they're coming into some good form too, the Bulldogs. Their attack might not be great, but their defense is still Bulldogs defense. I'm going to tip the... you know what? Fuck it. I've always said I'm going to tip I'm tipping my Sharkies. Fuck it. I don't think we'll win, but I'm tipping them. I think Kennedy's been great. I think if Tricky's healthy, he could be the difference in all seriousness. Dolphins v Raiders. Raiders are resting 73 players. I think it's like 10 players. I'm just taking the piss. Dolphins need to win and need to hope the Rabbitohs beat the Roosters to get into the 8. It would be a cool storyline. Raiders are almost giving them the layup for that opportunity. They just need the Rabbitohs to do their end of the bargain. I'm going to tip the Dolphins. Sorry, I just think too much change for the Raiders. They've won the minor premiership. Why not rest up? Try and be fully fresh heading into that week 1 final so you can try and get that break for week 2. Yeah, up the Dolphs. Eels v Knights to wrap up the round. Now, if the Knights can just get out 60 minutes of what they've been doing the last 2 weeks, this could be a real danger game for the Eels. It doesn't matter for both teams. They're both out of the 8. They're both not doing shit. But spoon bowl implications. If the Eels pump them, they could win the spoon. If the Titans win, Knights win the spoon, and vice versa. So, Knights will want to win this one. Eels will want to win this one. This is a very dangerous game. I'm going to tip the Eels just because it's, I guess, the smart thing to do. But I think if the Knights can just string together 60, 65 minutes of what they've been doing at the start of each game the last 2 weeks, they really could push the Eels to the end. But I just think the Eels will have too much defensively, and then Mitchy Moses and the boys will close them out. Cowboys, bye. Season over. They came fucking what? Not good. Such a star-studded team, and they fucking, what do they come? 14th. Like, I'm sorry, but that Cowboys side should not be coming 14th. Like, the Rabbitohs have finished ahead of that Cowboys side. Let that sink in. This broken down Rabbitohs team has finished higher than the Cowboys. To me, that's like crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too harsh, but yeah. So the teams that still are in for contention in the, let's just say, bottom four onwards: Broncos, Sharks, Warriors, Panthers, Roosters, and Dolphins, and Seagulls. Now, Seagulls need like a miracle for them to get in. You never know, but fuck. You can almost write them off. Just send your fans home happy. Dolphins need the Roosters to lose. Yep. Sharks need Broncos to lose, and Sharks need to win. There's a few implications. And then obviously down the bottom here, Knights win. They don't get the spoon. Knights lose because their for and against is bad. They get the spoon. Knights. If Knights win, they don't get the spoon. If Knights lose and Titans win, they more than likely get the spoon because their for and against is 244 and the Titans for and against is 207. So watch that space. This could be a funny Sunday afternoon. Bet of the week. I'm just going to do a bet. You know what? Fuck it. I haven't done one in ages. I'm going to do one. Who have the old Tigers got? Titans, have they? You know what? Since I struggled to say his name, $25. I'm going to put on Hamisai Makasini for 2 tries. Fuck it. Let's just go big. Let's go real big. I'm going the young fella for 2 tries. My phone's up there. You're looking at me through it, so I can't look up the odds. But that's my bet of the week. My boy Makasini getting his start. Fuck it. Let's just go jugular. He's getting 2. That's my bet of the week, eh? Like, no cricket as of yet. Cricket season's coming up for us, boys. Final season coming in for footy. AFL chat. You know what? I'm going to get real. You know, the boys are going to love this. VJ and Ravi. And, you know, maybe our 4 AFL fans that listen. The boys are going to love this. I'm going to give my tips for the finals. The fixtures and the finals, because they're in the final, like their little final series of my tips. And if I fucking get a perfect round, we're not an NRL podcast anymore. We're changing. I'll just load it up for you, so I'll get it all. All right. Tonight, Thursday, we got the Crows versus Collingwood at Crowland. Crows have been good all year. Collingwood have been good most of the year, hit or miss. I don't know much about AFL. I do watch the odd game. We hate Collingwood because I support the Blues, up the Blues. But I'm going to go to the Crows. I just think Crows at home, big final. Yeah, should be good. Geelong versus Brizzy Lions. Now, this could be a bit of a danger game. Both sides are very good. Both sides could beat each other on any given day. I'm going to go a bit roguey. I think a lot are going to go to the Geelong Cats, mate. I'm going to go to the Brizzy Lions. Up the Lions. Greater Western Sydney Giants. Up the Giants out this way. And up against Hawthorn. This could also be a bit of a doozy. Because the Giants play really well some weeks. And then they look like fucking the Sydney Swans the next. Engine Stadium. I don't know. Is that fucking Homebush, is it? Engine. Good on Engine. Let's go to the Giants. Let's support out west. Fremantle Dockers versus the Gold Coast Suns. I'm going the Suns. Let's keep riding the fairy tale up the Suns. So my tips are Adelaide to beat Collingwood, Brizzy Lions to beat Geelong, Giants to beat Hawthorn, and the Suns to beat the Dockers. That's my AFL wrap. Charlie Kern, I can't say his name. Charlie from the Blues. I can never say his last. See you, mate. Nice having you. I fully understand why you're leaving. We suck. Yeah, I've been forced into supporting them. Shout out the Wallace girls. Hope they don't listen. But yeah. Anyways, crypto update. I'd have no idea. Will's not here. He's dogged it. Fully fledged fucking dogged it. Probably fucking $20. Let's face it. There's not much going on for him. Now, I've seen some reports. I want to talk about some feel-good stories. You know, a feel-good story that, you know, NRL 360 or Galvin 360, if you want to call it that. That's what it feels like every week. Poor cunt, 19 years old, can't even just have a half shit game of footy. Anyways, feel-good stories. I feel like the NRL 360 don't cover anything. It's always negative shit. It's always fucking this one does this. There's fucking nothing. Ronaldo Mulitalo, probably polarizing player when it comes to on-field niggling, I guess you want to call it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the Reid Marnies, the Satili Tupanuas, the Mick Ennis's, the Corey Parkers, the Gallons, the blokes that just want to have a bit of a niggle, bit of a chat. I appreciate it. Now, he ran out, the Sharkies boys, they ran out with a junior team. Story goes, there was one little girl, there wasn't enough players kids ratio to run out with. Ronaldo told her to just wait where she was. He ran out the first kid, done a happy lap back inside the sheds, picked her up and ran through with her just to, you know, make a day. Little things like that is why the NRL is important to kids. Look, she won't forget that for a long time as a kid. She'll get reminded of that story as she grows up. If she loves footy, it'll be her favourite story of all time. You know, NRL is often covered in a negative way, and I think we need the positive stories, the Latrells, the Nikos, whoever's doing stuff. Hamasai, Fido. I just want positive news stories. I'm so sick of this one driving under the influence and blah, blah, blah. Oh, is Galvin really fit for the fucking Bulldogs? Bloody Sexton this week is bloody been better. Like, mate, put a bit of positivity on your channel for once. It's like watching fucking Alzheimer's and dementia just have a spelling bee. Fucking they all talk over the top of each other. One's correcting the other one's punctuation and spelling. Anyways, that's my 360 rant. I've only ever watched it once and it was like almost as bad as brain rot. I don't know. Pissed me off. Anyways, haven't got much more to add. Up the Sharkies. Up your teams that you support. No Supercoach pod this week. I'm running back with Iro as my captain. Actually, you know what? Second bet of the week. Iro and our young boy from the Tigers to score on a separate bet. $25. Anytime, one try each. Those are my two bets of the week. Remember, if you're going to gamble, do so responsibly. I was going to shout out our sponsor at the start, but I thought I'd wait to the end because I admittedly forgot about it until now. Shout out to our sponsor, the Inclusion Crew. If you, someone you know, someone you love, family member, friend, cousin, uncle, auntie, are affected with a disability, have a disability, living with a disability, however you like to explain your disability, if you want help from the Inclusion Crew, please check them out. They have an accessible van. He'll take you here, there, and everywhere. If you need to do your weekly shopping on a Wednesday at 6:30 in Cronulla, in Redfern, he'll make his best effort to get you there, get what you need, assist you with what you need. If you need 24-hour care, I'm sure they'll be able to help you there. Shopping, Christmas shopping, Father's Day gifts. If you need help, please contact the Inclusion Crew. I'll repeat that, the Inclusion Crew. Their website, theinclusioncrew.com.au. A big thank you to the Inclusion Crew for sponsoring our show, buying us the drinks of the week every week, giving us the opportunity to give them a platform to spread the word about disability, living with disability, having disability within your society in a positive way. People with disability are just like you and I. We're all weird. I'm weird. You're weird. We all live together. Be kind. I haven't got much more to add. Enjoy Father's Day for those who have fathers around, grandfathers, caregivers, uncles, pops, the lot. If you've got a father figure, take them out, buy them breakfast, do whatever makes them happy this Sunday. Look after dads. Often don't get the love that mums do. Taking my dad out for a pie because he's going to the footy. Fucking Eels get more priority than his own son. That's good to see. No, love your dad. Hope you have a good day. Love all the dads out there. All the new dads, old dads, uncle dads, this one, stepdads. Don't forget about the stepdads. They play a big role. Anyways, take care, look after one another, and up the Sharks. Sharks forever, Eels never. See ya.